Hi, I'm Adrian Bowles of Storm Insights. I recently had the opportunity to talk about cloud integration with Sindhu Gangadharan of SAP at TechEd in Las Vegas. Here are some of the highlights from that conversation.
It's a transition for many of the customers I've been talking to, right? So they have usually a mix of managed on-prem and cloud, right? It's a transition to the cloud. A lot of customers don't have this approach of rip and replace everything that they have on-prem, but they look at specific LOB applications and say, yeah, that's perfect for me to cover that space in the cloud. But hence we believe integration is key to make that transition possible, right? Because you want to reuse and leverage your existing investments that you have on-prem. You want to leverage some of the investments that you have as a managed service, and you want to make that a lot more seamless in terms of moving to the cloud, right? And that's why integration is key to make that journey a lot more comfortable for the customer, right? And at SAP, we believe that there are four key aspects that contribute to this whole strategy around cloud integration. And it's not necessarily boiling down to a product or something like that. Yes, product is key. We need to have a solid technology around cloud integration, which we do have. But besides that, the other aspect is also well-defined APIs that are coming in from both our cloud applications as well as our on-premise applications. So that's something that we are also focusing on heavily, to have well-defined APIs. The third thing is also integration content, because from SAP, our belief is integrated processes, right? And it does not matter really from a customer point of view if parts of the process is running on your cloud, running on-prem, right? That integration and seamless integration of the process is important, and hence we believe in also delivering a lot of content out of the box so that you have integrated processes available out of the box, right? And the fourth aspect is aligning our applications also on a common data model, and that's what we bring in via also the HANA Cloud Platform, right? So these are the four elements. So like I said, a solid integration technology, well-defined APIs. The third one is integration content out of the box, and the fourth one is alignment on one common data model. And these elements is what's making our strategy a lot more superior and helping customers in that journey towards the cloud, and why integration is key to support that journey for customers, right? We want to align on one common data model on the HANA Cloud Platform. That's one aspect. The second aspect is like what you said. I mean, we are also serving several industries, right? And again, let's take an example of financials, for example, right? There's so many, if you take financials, there's payments. Payments, you have ISO formats, you have CGI formats out there. Several banks come together and come up with their own format. And what we are trying to do is come up with, within our applications, a kind of a superior set of that data model that encompasses all this, right? And so that it's not very specific to a particular standard, but we say, hey, here you get the superset, but with the content what we deliver, we make sure that very specific scenarios are covered out of the box, right? Where we have also the mapping to that data model, right? So one is definition of the data model, and then also the mapping to that data model. So both go hand in hand. And when you have it on one common platform, then it's a lot more easy, that integration, right? But on the other hand, Adrian, you know that a lot of applications are not SAP applications, right? It's a lot of third party. And here, again, you're talking about totally a different set of data model. Again, you can't align on a common platform. And hence, to have a very open integration strategy that encompasses also the third-party applications, be it on cloud or on-prem or managed, is extremely important. One big challenge that we are trying to solve is security, right? That's of primary importance. I mean, even if you, like I said, this journey of customers, one of the reasons why it is a journey is because customers are also very careful of how their data is being managed on the cloud, right? And especially when you talk about domains like financial services, that becomes of utmost importance for customers, even for customers located in different parts of the globe. I mean, customers in the US want their data to reside in the US. European customers want that data to reside only in the US. They want to be very sure of how their data, irrespective, I mean, of course, on the highest level, applications can be anywhere, but the actual data, customers are very specific about how the data is being persisted, how it's being encrypted. So there are multiple new challenges that come in. One is the whole idea challenge of security, but also if you want to have analytics built on top of this data, right? We are also thinking about innovative means in which you can also do analytics on encrypted data, where the privacy of the data is still with the owner of the data, but you want to also assess certain trends, certain behavioral patterns, and use that for customers for their own benefit, for improving their own businesses. And that definitely is a challenge in terms of how can we offer superior value on top, but still making sure that security is not compromised in any way, right? And that's something that's definitely unique in the cloud, which was not necessarily when everything was on-prem, you know? The changing programming model and looking at it from an integration, putting on the glasses of an integration expert, there are also different patterns that come in, right? One is data heavy centric integration patterns, right? Where, I mean, your primary target is to move massive volumes of data from A to B, right? And that's one typical pattern that we have, where we're trying to have like very lightweight agents that compresses, that encrypts the data and just streams the data into, say, a cloud app, right? That's one pattern. The second pattern that we're also dealing with is process-centric, process-heavy integration, right? And where you can't really take the data out completely, but because it's kind of very intricate in the sense of there's master data involved, there's transactional data involved. You need to keep the state of the process, because if, say, a purchase order is cancelled, you want to make sure that your inventory is updated, right? And that's a second category of an integration pattern, where you still have this tight binding between the process and the data involved in the process. There's third category, where user-centric integration, where you're, as a mobile user, you just want to consume data out of your backend, and you just want to do very quick, you want to approve a leave request or things like that, right? So it really depends on the nature of the integration pattern, and what we are trying to do is trying to build in capabilities that addresses these different integration patterns and making it a lot more optimized for the type of the integration pattern, right? And yes, so we do indeed see those differences where data is moved to completely out, and and on the other side where we have the data and process more tightly working together, you know.